Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read. Today I'm going to be doing the Taylor Swift Folklore book tag. So as you all know, Taylor Swift came out with a new album and I have been loving it. I listened to it twice through on the first day it came out. There are definitely some favorites on this album and I'm pumped to do this book tag because who wouldn't want to do a book tag based on Taylor Swift's album songs? Like, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what the tag is just all prompts based on her songs. So the first prompt is The One, and this is a book couple you don't agree with. I think that a lot of people are going to disagree with me and my opinion on this one, but I'm going to say Harry Potter and Ginny Weasley. I don't understand. Like, I guess it was more in the books that like it was I guess like the relationship was built more in the books. And I just don't know. I don't know. I personally always thought that Harry should end up with Hermione because they just like work together. I see how they like took the spin on it to make it so that they weren't with each other, but like personally, I just think they should have always been together. Like that made sense to me. Or an even more ideal situation, Harry and Luna. Those two are awesome together. Like I think they would have been perfect. So, yeah. Then we have Cardigan. This is my favorite song on the album, and this is to be a book that you loved, but you didn't love the ending. And for that, I chose Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver. I really liked this book, and I really liked the concept of this book where you're like reliving the same day over and over again. I thought that was really cool, but the ending, it wasn't what I expected, and I I see why they did the ending that they did, but I definitely think that there could have been some better versions of this ending, and so it was like a little disappointing. It wasn't overly disappointing. Like I still liked the book and I would definitely read more by this author, but yeah, I don't know. It wasn't what I built it up to be, and then the ending was just like it was okay. Then we have The Last Great American Dynasty, and this is a villain that you can't help but love. And for this one, I chose Dr. Fid from the Chronicles of Fid trilogy. I talked about this in my last video last week because I'm going to be reading the sequel to this book in my Newt's TBR, but this is the first book in that series, which is Fid's Crusade. And I just really love this villain in this book. He's just very lovable, and like you can understand him because he's the main character of the book, so you get to see his entire backstory and why he is the way he is, and I think that's fascinating. So that's like a reason why I can't help but love this character. Another honorable mention would also be Cardigan from the Cruel Prince series, which I'm going to be finishing off and I am so excited about. But yeah, he's an honorable mention because like you hate him, but you also really like him because you hate him. I don't know. It's a weird relationship that we have with Cardigan. Then we have Exile, which is your favorite dark, hard-hitting contemporary. So I don't know if this is really classified contemporary. I think it is. And I'm going to choose Still Alice, which I've used this book for prompts before, but I feel like this one has the dark theme because it deals with Alzheimer's disease, which is a very dark disease if you know it personally. And I think that this book represented that disease very well. You get like the insight of a person with Alzheimer's, and you kind of get to see that perspective of how their life kind of deteriorates around them and they just kind of lose themselves. And I think that that was very dark in a sense. So I chose this one because I really personally like this book. I think that it was really well done. And if anybody wants a book that deals with that kind of thing, this book represents it very well. You get a lot of information on the disease as well because the author definitely put her research into it. This one was very hard hitting. And then we have My Tears Ricochet, and this is a character's death that completely destroyed you. I feel like I've said this one so many times, and like you guys can probably guess it. So I'm going to say 3, 2, 1. What is it? That's right. It's Finnick from the Hunger Games. His death destroys me. Every time I talk about it, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to feel that pain again because he's such a good character. And then to go out the way he did was just absolutely brutal. and it crushes my heart every time I think about it. Then we have Mirrorball, and this is a character that goes through some major character development. I'm going to choose characters for this one, and I'm going to say the Baudelaire children from A Series of Unfortunate Events. These characters start out so young and innocent, and I mean they still stay pretty innocent throughout the whole series, but like the amount of development that goes into these characters as they go through a 13 book series and all the different things that they go through with Count Olaf and him trying to ruin their lives essentially. I feel like all of their characters developed so much throughout, and it was really nice to see. Like it was a good series to start off with these characters, and then by the end you're like, yeah, like you deserve a medal for how much you put up with and how much you grew as a person to get through all these different trials and tribulations that you went through. So the Baudelaire children for sure. Then the next one is 7, and this is your favorite childhood book. For this one, I'm choosing a book called, I think it's called Loser by Jerry Spinelli is what I want to say. It's been so long since I've even read this book or like seen this book anywhere, but I remember it was like the cover was a chalkboard with the word loser written in chalk on it. And this book dealt with like bullying. And I remember reading this book and it being like super impactful on me when I was a child. And I wanted to read more books by this author because I wanted to get that same kind of feeling of like understanding bullying and understanding that character that was bullied. And I never really found any more books by him. Although I was also a child, so like I didn't really put the research in to go find those books. I'm sure I could find them now if I wanted to. But yeah, I just remember that book being like super impactful when I was a kid, and I think that like if I reread it again, it would be interesting to see what I think of it now. But yeah, that's what I would choose. Then we have August, and this is your favorite summertime read. So for this one, I just chose both books by Nicola Yoon, Sun is Also Star and Everything, because they're both like, they deal with hard topics, but they're written very flowery. And I think of like flowery as like something I would like to read out in the garden or like read outside while I'm sitting on the deck in the sunlight. So I chose these two for that one. Next up is This Is Me Trying, and this is a book that will always pull you out of a reading slump. So I chose Battle Royale because I feel like I could jump back into this book and the high intensity of it would just always pull me out. This one or Hunger Games would also work too. Like those two kind of books have the same vibe, and I feel like they're just perfect for getting you out of a reading slump because they're just so intense and there's so much happening all at once, and you kind of go with the flow and get pulled into it and just absorbed in the story. And so that's what I would choose. I feel like it would. Even though I know what's going to happen in this book now, I would still reread this and be just as pulled in as before. It's such an intense read. So, yeah. Then we have Illicit Affairs, which is your guilty pleasure read. Do I even need to say it, Zach? Yeah. It's High School Queens by Zachary Ryan. This book is such a guilty pleasure read for me. It's so dramatic and just ridiculous, but like amazing at the same time. It's about a bunch of like girls that are in high school and they're all like super catty towards each other and want to rule the school. And so they're just like the claws are out and they're all kind of going at each other. It's like Gossip Girl in a book. It's hilarious and just definitely a guilty pleasure, but like amazing. I would still recommend it. It's awesome. Then we have Invisible String, and this is your book Boyfriend or Girlfriend. So I would choose Blue from Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda. And then if I had to choose a book girlfriend, it would probably be Victra from the Red Rising series, because she's just a straight up badass. And I chose Blue because Blue just seems like a very humble person and like chill and down to earth, and I think that'd be cool to be in a relationship with Blue. So yeah. Plus he likes Oreos, and those are like legit the best cookie. Well, actually, I can't say that because home-baked chocolate chip cookies are really good. My mom also makes these really good, she calls them ginger sparkles, but like they're ginger cookies, and those are amazing. So all of the above plus Oreos. Then we have Mad Woman, and this is your favorite strong female protagonist. I wonder what I'm gonna choose. Where is it? Let's go get it. Okay, everyone, say it with me now.
Skyward.
Spensa from Skyward is the best strong female character, in my opinion. And I got to say Skyward in another book video, so woo! Then we have Epiphany, and this is a character that has overcome a lot. I chose the Silver Linings Playbook because the main character, Pat, has to overcome his significant other cheating at the very beginning of the book, and then from there, he kind of has to get through a lot of stuff, and he has a lot that he needs to work through in this book, and I think that his character fit perfectly for this prompt. I did really enjoy this book, and I would definitely read this again. It's a very good book. And if you haven't seen the movie, you should watch the movie. The movie was phenomenal. Then we have Betty, and this is a character that you believe deserved better. I'm just going to choose Triss from the Divergent series, and if you know, you know. Then our second last one is Peace, and this is your favorite fictional couple. Bonus points if they went through a lot together. So I chose Jacob and the fetus from I can't even do it. Little Twilight humor there. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. I think I would probably choose Lupin and Tonks from Harry Potter, because they go through a lot together, but like I just like them as a couple. I think they're so cool. They're like your fun aunt and uncle. Well, I guess that's what they are to Harry Potter. So like, yeah, I would choose them. And the last one is Hoax, and this is a fictional breakup that destroyed you. And I honestly can't think of any. Like, even when people break up in a fictional world, like it doesn't really bother me, because usually if they break up, there's a reason for it, and it's for the betterment of one or the other. And so like it doesn't really destroy me. Like I don't personally feel affected by any of these. So I don't know. I don't really have an answer for this one. I just don't. And that's it for the Taylor Swift Folklore book tag. I know a lot of you are very excited about this album that just came out, and so if you want to do this book tag, definitely give it a go. I'm going to put the questions all down in the description so you can get them there. I will also be putting the video of the person that tagged me down below as well. And what I want to know from you guys is, let me know which of the songs on the album is your favorite. For me, I really like Cardigan and The One. Those are my two favorites. But I know that a lot of them are awesome. So like I want to know what your favorites are. So let me know down in the comments below. And that's it for my video, guys. You know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post videos. I post videos every Monday and Thursday. And until next time, keep on reading.